Alright, team. Spooky season is officially upon us. And you know what that means? It's time to build the ultimate, the most terrifying, the most scream-inducing haunted house ever. And who better to lead this ghoulish construction project than our favorite yellow troublemakers, Kevin, Stuart, and Bob. They've got a plan, they've got the ambition, and they've got a lot of enthusiasm. Let's see how this goes. First up, decorations! Every good haunted house needs that creepy, crawly, straight out of a nightmare vibe. Kevin, ever the leader, takes charge of the most classic decoration of all, the spooky bat. He's found the perfect spot on the wall, high up where it'll catch people by surprise. He holds up the little rubber bat, grabs his hammer and a nail, and takes a mighty swing. He's got this. This is going to be the start of something truly terrifying. He winds up, focuses, and whack. Oh no! Kevin, that's not the bat! He missed the nail completely and whacked his own hand. He freezes, his eyes wide, looking at the hammer, then at his hand, then back at the hammer. The pain hasn't quite registered yet. He just stares, a single tear rolling down his goggled eye. He lets out a tiny, high-pitched bellow, as if asking his hand if it's okay. And then, what? He starts shaking his hand wildly, hopping from foot to foot, the hammer still stuck to his glove, clanking against the wall with every jump. The bat decoration falls to the floor, forgotten. So, haunted house progress, 0. Hand-related injuries, 1. Off to a fantastic start. Guys. Meanwhile, Stuart is on spiderweb duty. He's got a massive bag of that stretchy, cottony web stuff. And he's determined to make the entire room look like a giant spider's lair. He grabs the corner of the web and stretches it to a picture frame. Perfect! He grabs another strand and pulls it toward a lamp. Looking good. He gets into a rhythm, flinging the white fluff everywhere. He's a web-slinging artist. He tosses it over the couch, drapes it over the TV, and even wraps some around a vase. But he might be getting a little carried away. The web is starting to stick to him. First, a little piece on his arm. He tries to pull it off, but it just stretches and sticks to his other hand. Now, he's a bit stuck. He tries to step away, but his leg gets caught. He spins around to untangle himself, but that only makes it worse. Soon, he's completely wrapped up, rolling around on the floor like a giant, one-eyed cotton ball. He's no longer decorating. He's become the decoration. All we can see is his single goggle peeking out from a cocoon of white fluff, his muffled grunts sounding more confused than scared. He looks less like a victim of a giant spider and more like a lint roller that had a very, very bad day. And where's Bob during all this chaos? Bob has the simplest, yet most classic, costume idea of all. The ghost. He's found a big white bedsheet, cut 2 little eye holes in it, and thrown it over his head. He is now a spooky ghost. He waddles around, arms outstretched, letting out what he thinks are terrifying ghost noises, which sound more like B-O-O-O-day-boo-day-boo. He's having the time of his life, completely oblivious to Kevin's throbbing hand and Stuart's sticky situation. His one job is to scatter some fake, gooey eyeballs across the floor for an extra touch of ooh. He's got a whole bucket of them. He shuffles forward. Boo! Boo! And then, his little foot catches the edge of the bucket he just put down. The world shifts into slow motion. The bucket tips, a cascade of plastic eyeballs spills onto the floor, and Bob, the little ghost, goes down. He trips, flails, and lands right in the middle of the pile of eyeballs, the bedsheet flying off him. He sits up, dazed, with eyeballs stuck all over his overalls, and one even perched perfectly on his head. He blinks, looks at the eyeball on his head, and giggles. Eyeball! For Bob, this isn't a failure. It's just a new, fun game. So, let's recap our haunted house progress. We have 1 injured carpenter, 1 self-made mummy, and 1 ghost who has been defeated by his own props. The house looks less haunted and more like the aftermath of a toddler's birthday party. but our minions are nothing if not persistent. Kevin, after some self-pity, finally manages to get the hammer off his hand. Stuart, with a bit of help, wriggles free from his cottony prison. And Bob gathers up all his eyeballs, ready for round 2. They look at their disastrous handiwork, and then they look at each other. An idea sparks. If they can't make the house scary, maybe they can just be scary themselves. The plan shifts. It's time for operation! Scare each other. Kevin hides behind the couch, ready to jump out. Stuart lurks behind a curtain, practicing his monster growl. Bob, back under his bedsheet, prepares to do his ghostly waddle. The tension builds. It's quiet. Too quiet! Kevin leaps out! R-A-W-R! Stuart jumps from behind the curtain. Blah! Bob waddles into the middle of the room. But for a glorious second, it works. They all jump back, genuinely startled by each other. They succeeded. They created a moment of pure terror. They all start laughing, pointing at each other, proud of their scaring skills. They did it. They finally made their haunted house scary. But then, a new sound joins their laughter. A tiny, high-pitched squeak. Squeak! Squeak! Flutter! Flutter! They all freeze. What was that? They slowly turn their heads towards the window. Hanging upside down from the curtain rod is a bat. Not a rubber one. Not a big, scary one. A real, live, incredibly tiny little fruit bat, no bigger than Kevin's thumb. It blinks its tiny black eyes at them and lets out another little squeak. The minions stare. The bat stares back. There's a moment of complete and utter silence. This tiny, fuzzy creature has more scare power in its little winged body than all of their efforts combined. And then, the dam of composure breaks. It starts with a whimper from Bob. Then a gasp from Stuart. Then Kevin's eyes go wide with primal fear. And all at once, they unleash a synchronized, ear-splitting, high-pitched scream. It's a symphony of pure, unadulterated panic. They run, they collide. They scramble in every direction, fueled by sheer terror of the tiny, adorable bat. In their frenzy, they become a yellow and blue tornado of destruction. Kevin trips over the eyeball bucket again, sending them flying. Stuart runs headfirst back into his spiderwebs, getting tangled instantly. Bob, still screaming, runs in circles until he trips over the bedsheet and rolls into a wall. In less than 10 seconds, their chaotic haunted house is completely and utterly destroyed. Everything is knocked over, torn down, and scattered. The screaming finally subsides, replaced by pathetic cheers. The three of them end up huddled together in a corner, trembling, peeking over each other's shoulders at the cause of all this destruction. The tiny bat, unfazed by the chaos it inspired, flutters down from the sky, gently on the floor. It looks at the cowering minions, tilts its head, and gives another innocent squeak. It's not scary at all. It's actually kinda cute. Bob, ever the compassionate one, slowly peeks out from the huddle. He sees the little creature isn't a monster. He looks at his friends, then back at the bat. He reaches into his overall pocket and pulls out his emergency snack, a banana. He cautiously inches forward, holding out the banana as a peace offering. Banana, he squeaks softly. The tiny bat wiggles its nose, hops a little closer, and takes a delicate sniff of the fruit. The minions watch, holding their breath. Their ultimate haunted house may have been an epic fail, but hey, at least they made a new, tiny, winged friend. Maybe spooky season is more about treats than tricks after all. Thanks for watching our little spooky adventure. If you enjoyed the Minions' chaotic attempt at horror, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fun. Let us know in the comments what you think they should try to build next. See you in the next video. Bye!